Hey guys, morning. It's good to be with you today. We've been looking at Mark chapter 10. We've taken a little bit of a deviation because we've got this thing about servant leadership that we need to discuss. So we're going to take a couple of days just to ponder this thought. In Mark chapter 10, we have Jesus in a discussion with James and John, two of his disciples. They had come and they said, "Hey, Jesus, can you make us sit at your left and right hand when we get into the kingdom? We want to be the greatest in the kingdom besides you." And Jesus says to them in Mark chapter 10, he says in verse 44, "Whoever wants to be first must be slave to all. Instead, whoever wants to become great among you must be your servant. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." I want to talk quickly today about a power base from which we lead. Everybody has one, and every leader in the world has found for him or herself some kind of base from which to operate in an endeavor to become a leader. Some people lead from a positional power base, where I've got the title, I've got the position, I've been appointed by other people to be the boss. Therefore, what I tell you to do, you will do because I have the position. And a positional power base is a lousy one to operate from, not a very stable one, because the challenge of a positional power base for leadership is found in the fact that if you lose your position, you lose your power. How often haven't we seen that to be true in the world around us? We appoint people to high positions and they lord it over others. They make it known that they are the leader, that people must do what they tell them to do because they have the position of power. And so they put themselves up on this pedestal, and sadly other people come along and affirm it and put him on the pedestal or her on the pedestal as well. The problem is when the pedestal falls and crumbles and they come crumbling down, not only do they fall, but they take a whole bunch of people with them. A positional power base is not a great power base to lead from. There is, however, a better one. We call this a personal power base, where people will follow you not because you have a position of authority, but simply because they know that you love them. And this is a power base that can never be taken away from you, because you will always be respected for your love for people. And this, I guess, is why Jesus' power base was so phenomenal. You see, I guess he's the only one in the entire creation who could actually rule from a positional power base, because he's God. He's the King of Kings. He's the Lord of Lords, and we're told that every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that he is exactly that at some stage or another. Jesus is the only one who is safe in operating from a positional power base. But we read in that last portion there how Jesus laid aside his kingship. He laid aside his position as the Son of God in heaven, and he became the Son of Man on earth. And he became the Son of Man so he could lead from a personal power base. And Jesus said to his disciples, he said, if you're a servant, you can't get any lower than that. There's no position that can be taken from you because you've gone as low as you can go. But what a beautiful power base to operate from. These are the leaders who need to come through the fore right now. Not these articulate geniuses or people who are like a shooting star and for a while they look like they're something significant, and it's not long before they've burnt themselves out because they lose their position. And Jesus is affirming to us today the place of a servant leader, somebody who loves people. People follow him or follow her simply for that reason. When people know that you really love them, then that's a great place to lead from. I told you yesterday the story of that family that came, and I very stupidly said to the man, we could really use you. And the man said, we'd far rather you loved us. And somebody asked me the other day when I told them this story, what happened to that man? Well, that man was never seen again. I've never seen him again. Who would want, for goodness sake, to go to a church that just wants to use people? And his point is so pertinent to us today. Servant leaders lead because they love, not because they lord it over others. They will stand the test of time. Their work will last so much longer, and their legacy will be one that will speak long after they are gone. People, servant leadership is a great power base, great position of authority when we work from down below and make the moves towards the people at the top. Think about that today. If you're in a leadership position, or everybody's leading somebody, for goodness sake, let's take this stuff seriously. But you guys go and have a great day. It's freezing here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.